Greener maps. The good, the bad, the ugly. This is part 2 of a 3-part series in which I talk about the greener maps and why most of them didn't work. If you want to watch last week's episode, link is here and it'll be in the pinned comment. I recommend watching that video, but you do not need to watch it to watch this video. With saying all that, let's get right into it. Farm is comparable to Rucked in my opinion, because I feel like these maps are somewhat similar, but one of these maps works and the other one falls flat on its face. So let's look at both the contents of both these maps. In Farm you have 3 main areas. You have the barn, you have the main area, and you have the house. In the barn you have double tap, you have 1 wall buy, and you have quick revive. In the main area, the outside area slash the shed, you have Galbies. That's it. This is where you're going to spend most of your time because it's the only place where you can really train. Everywhere else you can't really train. And then you have the house, in which you have Speed, Juggernaut, and the MP5, and the only mystery box location. This map has a lot more content than Bus Depot does, for example. That's a really low bar, and it doesn't have that much compared to Rucked. This map only has 4 perks. It's kind of sad that the second map ever has more content than the 14th. Rucked has many wall buys, multiple mystery box locations, it has several traps, and just offers a better atmosphere. The atmosphere of Rucked is dark, creepy, and scary and haunting. It's what a zombies map should aim for. Side point, sorry for BO1 Rucked gameplay, for some reason my DLC on World at War wasn't working, back to the point. On Farm, it's just dark, and grey, and dull. The only thing you could say that Farm does better than Rucked is boss rounds. Rucked doesn't have boss rounds, but Farm does. But they are dog rounds, and the dogs are basically one hit, barely a boss. They're easier than regular rounds. They are pitiful. It does spice up the gameplay slightly, but I say that barely counts. One of the best things about Farm that I say that other survival maps like Town and Bus Depot don't do, Farm doesn't overly use lava. There is a couple locations of lava, but it isn't spread throughout the entire map. So those annoying fire zombies that when you're on the low rounds and you stab them and they blow up in your face, that's too much. You have a couple locations of fire, but unlike Town, it's not completely covered in lava. I would say that's Town's biggest flaw. And out of all the survival maps, I would say objectively Farm does look the best. It is an ugly and dark grey map, but compared to Bus Depot or Town, it kind of looks like somewhere that could happen after a nuke. It kind of looks realistically scary, like there'd be dark mist everywhere, lava could be flowing on the ground, ashes are still falling from the ground, there's dying crops, the fallen water tower. It just is a objectively cool looking map for the survival maps, and I just have to give props to that. Sprite is just a better map. It has more content, it has a better atmosphere, it just has objectively better map than Farm. Farm is okay survival map, but objectively it is a bad zombies map. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Consider subscribing so you can see the third and final part of this series, in which I'll be talking about why Town is a masterpiece. Leave a like, and if you disagree with me, let me know down in the comments below.